few years ago, I got a job offer to move from New York City to San Francisco and work in an office. I'm from New York City, so I wasn't really too familiar with the West Coast. I'd never been there before. So the first day I start in the office, I wanted to have a cup of coffee, and they don't make coffee in the office. So I go downstairs, and across the street is this little food store, what I would call a delicatessen, but it's more like a restaurant. And I go inside, and I said, I'll have a regular coffee. And she said, okay, regular coffee. And she pours me a cup of regular coffee. She pours me a cup of coffee, and I'm really not paying attention. So I go back to my office, and I open the top, and it's black. Well, in New York, regular is cream and sugar, milk and sugar. And so I put the top back on the coffee, and I go back downstairs to this little restaurant, and a nice Asian woman on the other side of the counter, I said, I'm sorry, this is black. She said, I wanted regular. She said, it's regular. I said, it's not regular. I said, it's black, and it should have cream and sugar in it. She said, no, black. I said, no, cream and sugar. So we went back and forth a little while, and she said, black, regular. And I got that. So I left, and I enjoyed my cup of coffee with cream and sugar in it. And a little while later, I wanted to have some lunch. So I went back downstairs to what I would call a delicatessen and what people out here call a restaurant. And I walked inside, and on the board behind the counter is all these various sandwiches that they serve. And I see something familiar, and I said, I'd like to have salami and provolone on a roll with mustard and lettuce. And she said, what's a roll? Immediately. What's a roll? I said, a roll is a round piece of bread. I can't believe I've been into this. A round piece of bread with a slice on one type and a slice on the other. They call it a Kaiser roll. She said, we don't have any rolls. We have French bread. Well, in New York, French bread's about 3 feet long. It would cost me about $18 for a salami and provolone sandwich. So I said, have you got rye bread? She said, yes. I said, I'll have salami and provolone on rye bread with lettuce and mustard. And she said, she can't pronounce provolone, so she says, prova. I said, provolone. And I lean over the counter and I say, provolone. It's cheese. She said, JacK. I said, JacK? Who's JacK? Where did JacK come from? Who is JacK? She said, I said, I'll tell you what, I didn't know they had Monterey Jack cheese out here. I don't know who JacK is. So I said, I'll tell you what, have you got bologna? She said, yes. I said, I'll have a bologna sandwich on rye bread with mustard and lettuce. And that was the end of that introduction to California's culinary delights.